Good morning, everyone. It's Hanifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I wanted to talk about emotional balance. And so many people, all of us, certainly go through our ups and downs in our emotional balance, right? So today, I really wanted to talk about this because it's everyone and it happens to everyone unless we are mindfully attentive to it. And if we're mindfully attentive to it, there's a different sort of strength that we can acquire, train ourselves into to help us through all situations in life. And I wanted to talk, especially, of course, with the world of healthcare. And all of us are our own healthcare gurus. We're helping ourselves in terms of our own healthcare, but we're also helping or affecting the world around us. Now, of course, healthcare professionals have an extra special responsibility. And I feel that this emotional balance idea has really been forgotten in society collectively, but also amongst healthcare professionals. So today I wanted to talk about emotional balance, and I hope that everyone watching can get something out of it that can help you. So this quotation I came across is by Marie Casey Stevens, who says, if the emotional bills don't balance, there has to be an accounting. And I love that. If the emotional bills don't balance, there has to be an accounting. And this is what happens, right? So, a lot of us have gone through years of education, years of living, and we've never really put our emotional health at a high spot. Now, mentally, we might think that, oh, I'm kind of down, or this person's down, or this because I've lost this in my life. It could be a relationship, it could be a person, it could be a pet, it could be a home or a career. Any of these things can throw off our emotions. And we have that reason. I feel this way because of that. And the fact is that none of us, most of us, I will say, I shouldn't say none of us, because I'm sure some people have learned how to do this very early. And most of us that I'm familiar with have not learned how to do this. And often it's because of a situation in life that suddenly makes us surrender and take notice that something's not right. I need to feel more balanced. And again, most of the time, the mind will look for something outside of us. I don't feel so balanced emotionally because my arm was broken in this car accident, right? That sort of idea. Or I don't feel so balanced emotionally because my family member is in chronic illness, right? So that sort of idea. So we've always had some idea or excuse outside of us. This is the reason I'm not in a good space. And now I'd love for us to think about there are ways for us to get into a good space, and we don't need things outside of us to pull us into those spaces. But there is definitely a lot of work that needs to be done or can be done within us to get to that space. So I found a beautiful quote by Matthieu Ricard, and I absolutely love this monk. And the things that he focuses on are happiness. So this is not a surprising quotation to find from him, but here it is. Happiness is a skill. Emotional balance is a skill. Compassion and altruism are skills. And like any skill, they need to be developed. That's what education is about. Now, remember, this is interesting, right? So I'm going to read it one more time so you can reflect on it. Happiness is a skill. Emotional balance is a skill. Compassion and altruism are skills. And like any skill, they need to be developed. That's what education is about. Now, how many of us have been taught about happiness and emotional balance in our education? So here I am, after many, many years of education and practice of healthcare or in healthcare or focused on healthcare. I don't believe I've ever had a course that was teaching emotional balance, though I do believe that we were learning about places to diagnose that if someone that we're seeing, our patient, is not emotionally balanced, what is the diagnosis that we can label that patient with? And then we can give a medication, we can give a supplement, we can give a herb, we can give relaxation exercises, right? But are we teaching a person how to get to the space of happiness? Now, happiness and emotional balance really does require some work, which is why I work with grief recovery, I find that this is such a beautiful space to begin, and then brain retraining to help train the mind how to be in the space of emotional balance. And it doesn't mean that we have to be all happy all the time, though that might be nice. And sometimes we can be in those spaces without anything exciting or interesting happening either. But the emotional balance, oh, now that is gold. I can tell you that there's nothing better than that space. And if any of you have felt in that space, sometimes because of something that's happening outside of you, but really when you feel it because of something that's happening within you, oh, there's nothing better. So today I thought I'd finish with these ideas, and just to get you to reflect on this idea of how much are you working on your own emotional balance and what are you doing, because it does take some effort. And of course, I'm here to help any of you that need some assistance from me. I wanted to finish with this quotation, or this comment, we'll say. It doesn't have an author, but I've read it a few different places, and I thought it was quite a beautiful way to finish this video today. It's about the mind. It says, when the mind is weak, the situation is the problem. When the mind is balanced, the situation is a challenge. When the mind is strong, the situation becomes an opportunity. And isn't this beautiful? So if you even sit for 5 minutes after this video to think of things that at one time might have felt like a problem, that now you might be looking at it as a challenge. And in fact, if you're really lucky or really have been mindfully attending to this, a situation might feel like an opportunity when your mind is strong. And strong, healthy, of course, we're thinking, not strong and stubborn, right? Strong, healthy. And I wish that for each of us. I wish you a fabulous day ahead. I hope you remember that if you transform your mind, you can transform your life. Have a great day, everyone, and I will speak to you soon.